Hey traders, and welcome back to Mindfully Trading, where I share my journey as I grow and develop as a Forex trader, as well as educational material relating to trading the Forex markets. And in this video today, I am going to share with you a live trading clip, day trading pound dollar during a news release. So this video is going to include a combination of fundamental analysis together with my day trading strategy, the technical analysis, and also my trade plan and trade execution and setup. This trade was taken in my funded account with the 5%ers, the prop firm that I trade with. If you're not sure who they are, I have created a separate video above, and I have got a link to the 5%ers in the description below. I'll talk a little bit more about them later in the video. So make sure that you like and subscribe to the channel, and let's jump onto the charts. Okay guys, so we're just coming up to 1:30 in the afternoon GMT as I'm based here in the UK, and it's Wednesday the 30th of August as I'm recording this video, and there is news release due out at 1:30 for the dollar, which is prelim GDP quarterly. So I'm day trading pound against the dollar, and I'm waiting to see what this news is going to be. So it says here that if the actual figure is greater than the forecast, it's going to be good for the dollar, which means that pound dollar may drop. Vice versa, if it's bad for the dollar, it means there may be a surge in pound dollar. So I'm going to wait to see what impact that has on the pair today. But here is my current analysis. Now it might look a little bit messy because I carried this out in the morning, so there's a lot going on here, but this is trading just price action. I don't have any indicators. And if we just drop to the daily here, you can see that we have been coming down in recent price action, making low lows and lower highs. Last Thursday we had this huge drop down, breaking the previous low, and since then this week we seem to just be pushing up. So at the moment on the day we're currently up around about 0.27%, but it's whether or not that momentum is going to continue upwards or whether we're going to actually see a drop. Now because we are in this long-term bearish trend, I'm looking to get a short, as you can see from my trade plan here. I'm not actually in any trades yet. But what I've done, if I just drop down to the 4-hourly time frame, is I have marked certain areas of interest on the chart. So using the recent pullback here from the 4-hourly and the Fibonacci retracement, I've got my optimum trade entry, that's the 62, 70 and 79% levels. But instead of having the fib there, I've just marked those with this rectangle box right here. Now these also line up with this orange level here, which is back on the daily. This is the recent low that was broken. So that's a key level on the daily. It matches up in the middle of that Fibonacci retracement level. And if I drop back down to a faster time frame, these three yellow boxes here, I'm going to remove the low one actually. These actually mark fair value gaps where price is shot down with momentum from that move. So I will be watching those for interest as well. Now 1:30 news has just been released. It looks like it may have been weak for the dollar because we are pushing up on pound dollar. Let's have a look and see. Yes, so 2.1%. It is lower than the forecast, so that is actually bad for the currency. So what does that mean for me? Well, it means that I'm waiting to see if the technicals and the news matches. The bad news for the dollar has pushed the pound up. Now it's pushing it into these areas of interest on my chart, my fair value gaps. I've got a key weekly level here, that blue line, and the daily level here. Now I'm not in this trade. I'm not obviously going to just set this now because it's very close to where my stop would be. But what I am going to do is just see how price reacts at these levels. Because if we get a huge rejection of these levels, that's when I'll be looking to get short. I'll probably use a sell stop as price comes down. But until then, let's look at the current daily price action. So as we can see, price opened down here. We consolidated underneath this blue level, which was a previous daily high. That got broken here. As the news has meant that there's strength there for pound dollar, and it hasn't matched up with my technical analysis, this means I have two options. I can basically wait to see what happens if we do get a rejection of these levels and then look to get short, but that might take some time. Alternatively, I can look to try to ride the momentum of this news and look to get into a temporary long position. Even though that's against the long-term trend on the daily chart, I might be able to get a scalp in there because we've got 1 minute left of this 5-minute candle and it's pushed up quite strong. We've also got 25 minutes left of the 4-hourly candle, and at the moment it's a very strong bullish candle up. So we just had the 4-hourly close here. On the hourly chart, as you can see, it's been a very strong bullish close. In fact, I'll just hide all my drawing tools so you can just see clearly here. So this was the recent pullback I was looking at for that long-term short, but price has pushed into that with some strong bullish momentum, and on the daily we are pushing up quite strong. Now, it's quite characteristic for this time of day when there's no more high impact news release and we're in the New York session. If price is pushing up this strong on the daily, it's currently up 0.5%. It's quite characteristic for it to continue just climbing higher. So I'm certainly not looking to get short at the moment, but I am leaving that plan in there for later on, just in case it sells off overnight and an opportunity presents itself, because that's my long-term bias. But at the moment, I am interested in trying to scalp a long position with this momentum for the day. Because we've had that strong bullish close, I think it's likely over the next couple of hours that price will continue climbing higher. I've just got to try and find a good place to get long. Now at the moment we've broken these fair value gaps, so I'll delete that one. And here we've got a fair value gap in conjunction with an institutional price level at 1.27 and a weekly key level here as well. Now price is pushed above it and closed quite strongly, and it's looking to retest. So I've got a confluence here of a weekly level, an institutional price level, a fair value gap and Fibonacci retracement. And from those I have created this trade plan for a little scalp. My entrance at 03, my stop just below the lows, and targeting a break off the highs, not overstaying my welcome. This blue line here is the next daily level. So I'm not in this yet, but this is where I'm looking to get in for a long. Let's just drop to the 1 minute time frame, because I'd be quite interested in setting this as a buy stop if price comes down, so that if it pushes up it activates my buy order. So I'm going to go ahead and set that up now. Hey everybody, it is the following day. It's now Thursday the 31st of August as I'm recording this, and I had to cut that clip short yesterday because I had mothering duties to do. My little one woke up, but I basically took the analysis that we did on the computer together and I opened that up on TradingView app on my mobile phone, and I decided to set a trade, and this is what happened. So I'm just here on the 5 minute chart. This was the trade plan that I set with you guys yesterday when I set a buy stop order. But as you can see, price didn't actually come down, so I didn't actually have the opportunity to trigger the buy stop. In the end, it pushed higher. Now, unfortunately, if I had set a buy limit instead of waiting for a buy stop when I had the chance, I would have just got triggered into this trade and it would have hit my profit. So I had a missed opportunity there, and that's certainly a lesson to carry forwards, to not be too conservative. But what actually happened when I left you guys yesterday? Well, let's remove that trade plan. As price pushed up and broke this high, so we had a high here, the pullback that I didn't get long on. We had a little dip here and then it pushed higher, and as it broke that high I then moved everything up. So I used the Fibonacci retracement tool from that recent low and I applied it to the highs. Now at this point it was about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and as I said, I did this on my mobile phone and I got into the trade. I decided to set a buy limit because I didn't want to miss the opportunity again, and I set it at the top of the optimum trade entry level, which is the 62% level, and it worked out around about 1.2720. My stop was a 20 pip stop just before the lows at the whole dollar, and I was targeting a break of the high at 1.5. Now, I was quite unsure when I set this trade because I was concerned that it was getting a little bit overextended and I didn't know whether the momentum would continue and whether it would make a new high. But I went through the steps on my trade plan. So first of all, the trade was set during the New York session. It was using a combination of technical analysis with news, with fundamental analysis. And although it was getting extended, past performance and backtesting have taught me that this strategy does work over a series of trades perspective. And that's all we can do with trading, is we can follow our plan and we can manage our risk. And that's what I did for this trade. So I set the trade, I got triggered into it around about 3:30, and I pretty much walked away and carried on with my day. Now I ended up being in this trade overnight. As you can see, it consolidated for quite some time here. And this is what happened. So it consolidated overnight during the early hours of the morning GMT. It did start to push up, but it couldn't break those points previously. And just after the London Open, it actually went down and hit my stop. So unfortunately, it was a losing trade. A little bit frustrating, because if I had taken that earlier buy opportunity that we had, the buy limit, it would have been a winner. It's just how trading goes sometimes, and it's why trading psychology is super important, because you have to just accept the losers with the winners. You have to keep that series of trades perspective. So on this occasion, it was a loss, but at least I managed my risk, so I didn't lose too much. So another loser in my account with the 5%ers. It's been a really tough month for me trading in August. I will try to get around to doing a monthly review like I did for July with you guys, to share with you an insight into my trading performance for the month of August, trading with the 5%ers. And if you are new to the 5%ers, they're the prop firm that I trade with. So I currently have a $100,000 account with them, and I trade that account. I have to respect the rules, so there's a max drawdown that I can't hit. And there is also a target that I am aiming to achieve, and any kind of profits that we make on the account we split. So at the moment it's 80% for myself, 20% for the 5%ers, but that will scale up as I get better and scale up the account in time. But I feel like the real trick with trading a prop firm is patience. And fortunately, the 5%ers have removed any time limit on their accounts as well. So it means that there really is no rush with this. I can take my time and focus on quality trades, which is what I am really determined to do. If you're a trader who suffers with lack of capital, you don't have enough money for a trading account to make some real money with, I definitely encourage you to check out prop firms, and in particular the 5%ers, the prop firm that I recommend, because they're a great option if you want to have access to more capital and the ability to make money, to make a living from your trading, if you are ready and if you have a proven strategy. I've got a link below in the description where you can check those out. We'll continue to try to share insights into my live trading, but as you can see, it's quite tricky for me because I don't just sit down at a computer at a certain time and instantly trade and get into trades. That's not how it works for me. Sometimes my setups take time to develop, and it's a lot of backwards and forwards on the charts, doing some analysis, setting some alerts, going away and doing something else. And then of course I'm a mother, and I am, as I'm recording this, very pregnant, so I have those things to look after as well. So it's quite hard to capture that and share it with you, but I will continue to do what I can and share the process with you guys. Meanwhile, if you've enjoyed this video, do let me know by hitting that like button below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed, and I'll catch you in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.